So I got this message, uh, instant message from a friend of mine from a local dealership wondering if he could borrow a tool. And that's not all that uncommon, to be honest. And that maybe sounds boastful. It's really not. It's usually for vintage vehicles, older vehicles. The dealerships often do not have the old scan tools or some of the older test equipment. And me being the collector that I am, I do have quite a few of these pieces. And so he's wondering if he could borrow a terminal release tool. And when he came and got the kit from me, I kind of asked him, like, did you end up breaking the one you had? And he's like, no. Our depinning set is paltry at best. They only have a few. They don't have nearly the ones they need. I'm like, how do you guys do any of the depinning work or connector replacements and stuff like that? He's like, they usually replace harnesses and find ways around it. I'm like, but you're the dealer. Isn't this like an essential tool to this kit? And he's like, no, I'm thinking of buying one myself. And I incorrectly thought it was much more expensive than it was, but it was still over $300. And he's looking to purchase that himself. And okay, if he's on heavy commission, flat rate, and he gets all the depinning work, maybe that makes economic sense. I don't know. I don't know about you, but I find that absolutely absurd. A piece of equipment like that. So I asked him, how many of you, like, are you also required to purchase your own interfaces, scan tool interfaces? And he's like, well, a lot of us do. I'm like, yeah, but do you have to? And he's like, well, the shop service department has one and you can wait for that. I'm like, I guess I knew about independent shops, techs buying certain tools because they wanted certain capabilities, or the shop had a scan tool, which I also find absurd, and not wanting to wait. And especially if they're heavy on commission and low on space, to have multiple vehicles going at once that they can afford to wait. I get the sense behind it. I get the logic of it. I don't understand the logic of it from a managerial perspective. I guess I'm really, really curious. How many of you are required to purchase your own tools and equipment, and where does that end? Like, I know we hear about the big stuff, but where does that really end? Because evidently I live in a cocoon of some sort where I'm very, very insulated from the real world. Because yeah, many of the shops around us, the mechanical and technical specialists are required to purchase quote unquote basic hand tools. But when it starts getting into like the diagnostic equipment, not many are required of it. And then I would say a lot of the shops maybe aren't quite big enough to, I still think they need more than one scan tool, but they maybe don't really, because it's such a problem waiting. And the larger ones, I don't know what they do. Maybe they just sit and wait. So yeah, I'm very curious because I can't wrap my head around it. It doesn't make sense to me. And, I can only speak for the shop I work at, Riverside. We really don't require anyone buy anything. Some of them choose to, and you know what? It's their money. But a lot of stuff, if they come to me or the owner and ask if they could get something, or tell me they need something or want something, we're really looking to minimize the financial investment that they have to make to do the jobs we've hired them to do and advertise that we can do. If we really have expectations, it's invest some time in yourself. So I'm very, very curious on what your experiences are. So let the games begin.